Welcome to the Pageantry PodCast.
And today's very special Pageantry Podcast guest is U.S. American Miss 2023, Isabella Motto. Isabella, good morning.
Good morning. Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me here today at such a short notice. If you're ready for questions, I'm ready for answers.
I am certainly ready for questions.
What does the title of U.S. American Miss 2023 mean to you?
It means a lot more than you would think a pageant title could ever mean to somebody. First off, I want to say I absolutely love the system of U.S. American Miss, the sisterhood it represents, the family it represents. But for me, it meant a lot because I actually lost my father 4 days before Nationals started. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to compete this year, but my dad was with me. I competed the first ever year of U.S. American Miss, and he saw how much fun I had. I know I love it here, and I knew that the people at U.S. American Miss was what I needed in that moment. And so this title meant even more than I ever thought it could mean to me. It means a lot to my family, and I am so thankful for U.S. American Miss and this title.
Is there a moment that still stands out to you from Nationals?
There's a ton. There are a ton. First off, we have divisional parties where the national queen of each division gets to host a little party of their choice. And at our party, all of my fellow competitors, as I guess you would call them, they were more like sisters to me, but they all got together and they just got me this giant basket full of comfort items, stuffed animals, face masks, anything. It was amazing. And it was just so nice because it was coming from the people that I was supposed to be going up against. But that's not what it's about at U.S. American Miss. It's about being family and being kind and being you. And so that just really sticks out to me.
What do you feel makes U.S. American Miss unique?
Like I said, it's the relationships. I have not really ran into a mean girl at U.S. American Miss. Everybody just wants to see everybody succeed. If you're sitting in the audience, you completely understand the vibe of the pageant. Everybody's cheering for everybody. Even if you rewatch the live stream, you can hear there's not hardly any quiet moments in that auditorium when we are on stage, which is so impressive to me. Nobody goes there. Well, no, you might go there alone, but you don't leave alone and you aren't there alone.
You're only the second woman, as you mentioned before, to capture the title of U.S. American Miss.
Yes.
With all the challenges that you briefly spoke of, why did you want to compete again this year?
I knew it was what I needed to do. And I knew that if it was meant to be, it was meant to be, and there was a reason. For me, this title has given me something to look forward to. My dad he had lung cancer, and so he always said you needed to have something to look forward to. And so that's what this pageant was for me, and now that's what this title is for me. It gives me something to look forward to, like I had this interview to look forward to. I'm excited to announce the next things I have to look forward to. So it's just a constant journey that I've absolutely loved.
Describe the Infinite Eight philosophy.
Well, we are all together and we are unstoppable, I would say, especially with the amazing directors that we have. We are given some amazing opportunities. We are given some amazing sponsors, and we also have these amazing trips. We just had our Christmas trip in December. We were all able to go to Gatlinburg, and it was really fun because it wasn't about pageants or like being dressed up. It was about family and family traditions and what you want to do around the Christmas season, like make cookies and decorate them and make Christmas decorations. And we decorated the cabin and a Christmas tree. And so we just have really unique traditions that we do together. And it's not just family time, but we also have business and experiential things to do as well.
You actually hold a BS degree in psychology. How did you come about that course of study?
It was actually in college. For a long time, since 8th grade, actually, I said I wanted to be an anesthesiologist, and I stuck by that. And I did not think I was ever going to change that mindset until a year into college. It was actually right around when my dad was re-diagnosed with cancer. And I was thinking about if I wanted to go to medical school, and I was like, well, if I don't really have much of an option with my biology degree I'm getting right now. And so I decided to change to psychology because I was realizing it's a growing field that I don't think will stop growing. And I mean that I don't hope that people continue getting sick. I hope that the mental health field continues getting bigger in what I mean. And so I decided to go into this because I think there's a lot of opportunities. And I also knew that I was going to be able to do a lot of volunteer work with it. And so I have had a lot of fun with my psychology degree, as weird as that sounds, but I am so glad I switched my major. And I have just loved it since.
Let's talk about your platform. Glad you're here.
Okay, so my platform, Glad You're Here, GLAD is actually an acronym. G is for gain, L is for listen, A is for assist, and D is decide. So to kind of explain that or expand on that, I want you to gain knowledge on what suicide is and what suicidal ideations may look like. I want you to listen to see if you hear any of your peers or friends expressing suicidal ideations or maybe showing signs that they're depressed. Assist. If you hear that they are showing signs or depressed, then help them, talk to them, see if it's something that you can assist with, and that's where decide comes in. You need to decide if you need to get somebody else involved. A mental health professional, a doctor, a parent, really anybody. And I started this platform because I was a 988 crisis counselor. So I was answering suicide and crisis hotlines. And it just made me realize that so many of us are facing problems, but the root of our problems are all very similar. And I don't think that we realize that. And so I just think it's important to get that message out that even though what you're feeling is specific to you, there are other people that feel generally similar ideas, and you're typically not alone in those thoughts.
What have you learned about yourself through competing at U.S. American Miss?
This is a great question. I think I have learned my strength, really, especially after competing such a short time after my father passed, and then having to continue through this year. It's easy to want to go into a little hole and want to be sad. But this title has given me a platform and an ability and a strength to be able to not do that. And to be able to know that, hey, I need to go out in my community and I need to do my weekly act of kindness that I set out to do, because that's what's going to make me feel better. And it's also going to help other people in my community.
What does the future as U.S. American Miss hold for you?
Well, one thing I really want to get started into this new year is getting into schools. That's something I've kind of been slacking on. I wanted to do it really bad and I haven't yet. So I'm going to make you all hold me accountable now that I'm saying this. I'm going to be getting into schools and I'm going to be reaching out to all of the schools in my community, and hopefully even in places I travel, I can go to different schools in different states and just not only talk about my personal platform, but also about the Crown Cares, which is our national platform. It is all about anti-bullying and also making our community a better place and our society nicer in general, which I absolutely love because I think especially school-age children face a lot of bullying, not only in schools, but also online now, which makes it really hard because not only are you facing these bullies at school, but you have to go home and face them as well. So I think it's really important for me to get out in my community and the schools so that I can spread that message.
Tell us why someone should compete for one of the Infinite Eight titles.
There are so many reasons, but first off, I want to express how important the relationships are. And I think these relationships that we build give you such amazing opportunities as well. I have been able to make such amazing connections, not only through my directors, but through my sister queens, which have given me some experiences I never thought I would have gotten, like this interview. Also, I was able to be a honorary captain at a Reds game in my at the Cincinnati Reds Stadium. So that was really fun. There's just so much that opens up when you're given this title, and I definitely recommend joining the U.S. American Miss family.
How can people follow you throughout the year?
I am all over social media. I am on Facebook as U.S. American Miss. I am on Instagram as U.S. American Miss as well. And then if you'd like, you can follow my personal accounts as well. They're probably linked, but it's ig.motto. I post a lot more on my Queen's account and what I'm doing. So follow me there. And then also our national account, which posts not only my things, but also my sister queens. You can find that at U.S. American Miss Nationals on Instagram.
Where can we learn more about U.S. American Miss?
Go on to our website at www.usamericanmiss.com.
Any parting thoughts, or is there anything you'd like to discuss I may have been remiss in bringing up?
I think you reached everything. I just want to shout out my directors, Miss Kim and Courtney, and thank them for everything that they've done. I love you guys, and I appreciate you more than I could ever explain.
Isabella, thank you for your time today. I know it was at the last minute. I know it's frigid up there in Ohio as it is here in Florida at the moment. And again, I do want to thank you. Thank your directors, Courtney and Kimberly. And I do hope to see you on the road again. I do wish you the best throughout the coming year as U.S. American Miss 2023.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And today's very special guest has been U.S. American Miss 2023, Isabella Motto. Isabella, thank you once again.
Bye.